Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time around I'm going to be talking about the brand new album from the band Feral Lord, entitled Purity of Corruption. Now, if you are not familiar with this band, they are a black metal band from the Los Angeles, California area. Not quite sure when they exactly formed, but it features Nithroth handling the guitar, bass, and vocals, and Plague Hammer, aka Jared Cave Moran, on the drums. And this is their, I believe, second full length album. It is 7 tracks and just under 36 minutes in length. And I gotta say though, this thing starts off with some guitar feedback and then these kind of slow kick drums slash cymbal hits and this very creepy dissonant guitar riff in the background before launching into the song proper at about the 28-second mark and hitting full speed at about the 57-second mark, excuse me. And throughout this whole album, the guitars have that, unpolished and dirty feel to them of, old school black metal, mixing the fast paced riffing with these kind of off kilter, unsettling, and dissonant riffs as well. And they also throw in some, slow and heavy riffing. And it definitely has some old school black metal riffs throughout, such as the opening to track number 2, Undead Warlord, and also in track number 4, Failed Rebirths. That one has this kind of older Immortal era sounding riff throughout or at one point during the song, I should say. The bass tone is nice and thick, but not super high in the mix because, come on, it's black metal. We're lucky we can even actually hear the bass, because in most black metal, you don't really hear it all that great. But here, it is still quite easy to hear it. It's just not super high in the mix, and it really, of course, lends the solid backbone to all these songs. And, when it comes to the drums, as per usual, Cave, or Plague Hammer here as he is called, is just an absolute beast on the drums. The production has that, live in the rehearsal room feel to them, but it has more oomph to it. It still retains that down and dirty vibe to it, but, it still has some power to it as well. As usual, he does a lot of great blast beats, rolls and fills, and does some really well executed double bass here. Now, vocally, Nithroth pretty much delivers that kind of traditional, raspy black metal shout, throwing in some bless here and there, and even at times he sounds quite anguished, I would even say, while listening to this album. The only other couple things I kind of picked out as I was listening to this, which I've been listening to for quite a while now, I've listened to it, definitely a handful of times, if not more. Track number 1, Terrestrial Obstructions. At the 141 mark, there's this riff that comes in that kind of gives off a bit of a Demolish vibe to it. It just kind of has that kind of, it sounds like one of them kind of odd sounding riffs that they would have come up with. The other thing here, again, talking about a guitar riff here, track number 6, Sinister Exaltation. The opening to this entire song actually gives off a bit of a mayhem vibe. In particular, I'm thinking of Freezing Moon. I'm not saying that, it sounds exactly like that guitar riff, but just that it has that same vibe to it. It gives you that same feeling when you hear that opening to Freezing Moon as you do here with Sinister Exaltation. Overall, Vargheist Records, who is actually releasing this album, they are mainly known for, this very chaotic sounding black and death metal releases. Yet here we have a really good example of a modern take on old school black metal. Everything from the production to the riffs, the vocals, just screams old school black metal to me. And I think they did a really good job executing it. They definitely created some, unsettling moments, even a little chaotic at times, some of that kind of off-kilter riffs that they have. But I found it still enjoyable to listen to, and I would definitely recommend this to you if you love really good black metal. I would give this a definite 9 out of 10. So go check them out. I will leave a link down below so you can hear it for yourself, or at least the single that is out currently. But yeah, this album is due out August 28th through Vargheist Records, limited to 300 copies. I've already got mine pre-ordered. I would definitely recommend, as I said, checking out the single, and if you enjoy it, get your hands on a copy, because a lot of Vargheist Records are pretty much limited releases, and once they're gone, they're gone. So if you enjoy this, definitely pick up a copy. And that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time. Stay brutal.